For 25 years, Brightview Senior Living Associates have been committed to creating a vibrant culture and delivering exceptional services, making Brightview a great place to work and live. If you're looking for a rewarding opportunity to serve your local community and grow, we want you to join our team. Brightview Senior Living is growing and actively seeking vibrant associates to join our community teams, including directors, healthcare, activities, hospitality, and dining. Apply today at careers.brightviewseniorliving.com. Equal employment opportunities. Text BV Jobs to 97211 to apply.
Oh, hot, 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 hot! Hot, 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 hot!
Hot topic. Hello and welcome to the Hot Topic Spicy News.
News, spicy news. What's happening in the news?
Yeah.
Spicy. Yeah, don't look at the news, everybody. It's messed up. So we're going to bring you some nice news today.
I don't like the news.
It's what a time we live in. My God. I've not enjoyed looking at the news.
I'm just going to watch cartoons and not look at YouTube ever again. I don't want to know what's going on.
Yeah, I was scrolling through Instagram this morning and I was just like, death and destruction, horrible things, horrible things, horrible things. Oh, there's a new album out, horrible things, horrible things.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I'm just like, I'm just going to play video games and watch cartoons because despite the fact that I am feeling better after my accident, after my injury, that's getting better. But unfortunately, because I had to have tramadol, I am now having opioid withdrawal. So that really sucks. So I'm laying on the settee in my Oodie. And
what a nice Oodie it is.
It's in South Park Oodie.
It's very cool. I also have a special interest Oodie to my left. I've got my wrestling one over there. Because it's getting a bit chilly. I don't know if you're in the UK, but it's a chilly old time now. The weather's changing, the lights dimming. The leaves are getting crisp. So
now I'm in recovery. I've been through the wars, and yet here I am bringing our fans the news. You better fucking appreciate it.
You're all welcome. Yeah. Well, shall we tell them the news? What's happening in the spicy news? I was looking through the autism news around the world, and I found this, which was kind of piqued my interest because obviously I am a photographer, and it's from the BBC, and there's an article about changing attitudes to autism through photography. So I was like, "Oh, that'll work." Oh, I think I know anything about that. It's a little something, anything. It's kind of your thing, isn't it?
So this was 24th of August. So it's relatively hot off the press. And it's basically an article about a group of autistic children and young people from South Wales, which is where I'm going to go and live. So super interested in this article. I've created a photography exhibition to try and change negative attitudes towards autism. So it's called But You Don't Look Autistic.
Which I think is a brilliant name.
Yes, I've done many, many posts showing my family and me in photographs, talking about the fact that people will literally say, "You don't look autistic." And it's a very common thing. And it always gets a lot of traction when I do a post like that because it's such a weird thing for someone to say. But the weirdest thing is that anyone who says it is trying to be nice, but is just sounding like an asshole.
Yes,
because
you're patronizing.
You're diminishing my entire experience of existence.
They say it has exactly the same energy as people that go, "Oh, it feels like a Tuesday." What the hell does Tuesday feel like?
Well, Tuesday feels like a Wednesday, but the day before, my friend.
Oh, of course.
So now you just got to figure out what a Wednesday feels like, and then you'll know what a Tuesday feels like.
The only reason that I know a Thursday is a Thursday and a Friday is a Friday is because we have these episodes. Now I know Mondays exist because of Mindful Mondays, so we just need to start adding more podcast episodes, and I'll know what the days of the week feel like. But yes, good to know. But no, I think this is a fabulous sort of little little exhibition. I wish I could have seen it. But Jade West from Rewild Play, a Newport charity, said neurodivergent children were bombarded with messages of can't, but the exhibition was trying to change that mindset.
I was going to say the exhibition is literally portraits of these neurodivergent adults and children to show, obviously, how anyone can be autistic no matter what they look like. So you can't look autistic. You can just look like you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just actually scrolling through, and there's one particular photo here of a gentleman called Nick Haller, who is holding up the most fabulous rubber duck with,
I love his
he's got
purple
a purple
beard.
beard and an amazing jumper. I love his purple beard.
I want to be friends with him.
Yeah, he seems very cool. So he's apparently a counsellor at I'm sorry, any Welsh listeners, I'm going to butcher this. Blaenavon on Torfaen Council. If I got that right, buy me a Coke. But you know what's funny, right? Is I would look at this picture and I wouldn't go, oh, Nick with his purple beard and jumper and rubber duck is autistic. I would just look at him and go, he seems like a really fun guy.
Is it terrible that I would? I'd be like, that guy is definitely autistic. Yeah. But in my mind, it's like a positive thing. I'm like, only an autistic person would be that cool.
Yeah. No, he is. He's a vibe.
Like that is exactly the sort of like that's the level of self-acceptance and unmasking that I wish everybody could be. That I wish this podcast could get everybody to be like, I'm going to be as unapologetically me as humanly possible. That is my wish, that everybody feels completely free to be as neurodivergent in public as they possibly can be, which is why instead of having neurodivergent awareness, we should have neurodivergent pride, neurodivergent celebration.
Yeah, I want a pride.
According to the article, 15-year-old Liam felt pride that his portrait featured in the exhibition and said he wanted to take part in response to other people's reaction when he told them he was autistic. A lot of the time, they just speak to you as if you're not as smart as them, or you just can't do the things they do. Which, can I just say, Liam, if you ever listen, that is so spot on. Like, because that's literally how, like, it's so crazy. I can be talking to someone and having just a normal adult conversation. I don't know what that means, but like an adult conversation.
I think I know.
So we're on the same level.
Yes,
we're on the same level.
The stock exchange.
No, not even that.
No,
just the way that someone's talking to you. They're talking to you as if they're talking to a fellow adult.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh yeah, and I'm autistic. And all of a sudden they go, really? Oh well, good for you. And all of a sudden, they just infantilize you. And it's just like immediately.
Yeah, and he says that in the quote as well. He goes, normally it's like, oh, that's sad. And it's condescending. And Liam, you are absolutely correct. It is. I have worked with people for years and years who know me. And then when I told them I got diagnosed with autism, it's like they suddenly just like put their hands on their knees and went, oh,
well
bless
done. Good for you.
Didn't you do well?
Someone said that on my first photography exhibition. They sort of walked in and went, did you take all of these pictures?
Then they're actually all
done.
Good.
So well done. And I was like, right, this is my wife and 2 children. I'm not like an infant.
Yeah, I remember somebody speaking to me when he told somebody that he had a kid and they were like, oh, I didn't know that autistic people had children. How wonderful. I was like,
well, how the hell do you think we got here, Nigel? Exactly. Nigel's the female Karen, if anyone's wondering.
Yeah, only
because I decided that.
So this sort of initial idea for this exhibition stemmed from a conversation from Jade, the organizer, who she had with her daughter that made her recognize the need for positive representation. Jade was diagnosed with ADHD at the age of 42 and is on the waiting for an autism diagnosis, as so many of us are, unfortunately. The self-described chatty 45-year-old said stereotypes meant people did not understand her diagnosis, telling her You can't be autistic. The mother of two's photograph also featured in the exhibition, aimed at tackling misconceptions. And I still get that, even though I advocate, I do this podcast, I work on another neurodivergent affirming podcast professionally, I still get people say to me, oh, but you can't be autistic because you have a mortgage and you can drive a car and you remembered to get your hair cut this month. Like, it literally breaks down sometimes to some things like that. And it actually stops me wanting to engage with people at all, because I'm just like, there's no point in me even having a conversation with you if every single thing you're going to ask me is going to be condescending as hell.
Oh, I see. I love the challenge. I look forward to the challenge. It's kind of why I would happily tell everybody, yeah, I'm autistic, but I would equally happily just tell randomly people, I'm like, yeah, I'm an atheist. Because I just
drop the grenade in the conversation.
I just want that. I want that challenge, and it's not because I want an argument, or it's just that I enjoy telling people who I am. I enjoy talking to people, and I always find that that's probably the two biggest conversation starters: is I'm autistic or I'm an atheist.
One of the two is going to start.
People are fascinated by both of those things. But if again, with this whole ADHD autism thing, if I say I'm ADHD, they go, oh,
I can see that.
Yeah. Well, apart from the fact that it's glaringly obvious, most people are just like, oh, that just means you're really excited all the time. And I'm like, yes, yeah, you are right. That's what that means. But yeah, I think it's because again, with ADHD, it's kind of like no one would say you don't look ADHD. Like, no one would say you don't look dyslexic. But for some reason, people say you don't look autistic. And it's like, well, does that mean being autistic is considered like more disabled? That it's so disabling. It has to have a look.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that if you're saying that I don't look disabled, if that's what you're saying, I'd love them to come and visit me now, because I can barely walk. So I'm definitely looking disabled with my walking sticks everywhere, my rollator. So maybe that's what I need. I need to look more disabled to be taken seriously.
But the thing is, though, is if you were to turn around to somebody and you were walking with sticks like that, and you were like, oh, the reason as to why this is happening is because of EDS and, the other side of being neurodivergent, people would go, huh? But if you were to be like, oh, I slipped over on a wet floor, they just go, oh, as you were, sir. Like, it doesn't ever seem to like open a conversation.
But what's really interesting is if you say, oh, I fell over and I've hurt myself, they don't go, oh, that means you're disabled. They go, oh, that means you're injured.
Pick your
and
feet
I'm like,
up.
yeah, I'm injured, which means I'm temporarily disabled.
Part-time, yeah.
I'm still disabled, though, even if it is part-time.
Yeah, there's some of these quotes that sort of go on in here. It so sort of reflects my own experience. Mackenzie's quoted in this article, people seem to think that the only form of autism is the kind of one where you're struggling with life. It's really annoying because people that are autistic can do things, and a lot of people who make really good things are autistic. And that is so true. I do wonder, actually, whether you were to put these pictures, sort of in public. Imagine you had them like in a row of bus stops in a town, and at no point did you put under the tagline, these people are all autistic. You would just look at them and assume they're just people. And yet, as soon as you would put the autistic tagline on there, that's when people would stop, and rather than go, oh, how interesting that these people are autistic, this is questioning my observation, people just have the cognitive dissonance, top-down processing of going, no, they aren't, because obviously they aren't.
Yeah, I mean, I've been accused of not being autistic, faking my autism.
So have I, dude.
But then I just go, well, that's out of my circle of control. So
I once got told you're not autistic if you just consider trying harder. Was one that I got before, which was. I mean,
okay, so I was tired and annoyed at you that day.
If only it was that simple.
Just stop faking being autistic. I'm so sick of it. You know, I'm the only autistic person I know.
Yes,
I'm the one, like Neo. I'm the Neo of autism.
I have been chosen. It is I. You're just going around this exhibition, pointing at all the pictures, going, "No, it's me."
Yeah,
putting your own up in their place.
None of it. No. It's like, what do you want from me? Like, why do I need to meet your standards or what your idea of autism is for me to be accepted as being autistic when I'm just autistic?
Oh, did I not tell you about the thing that happened to me at Leeds Festival? I don't know if I mentioned this on the show. They had like little golf carts that would take you to and from the camps to like the main bit where all the bands and stuff are on. And at night, it's like a fairground and stuff. And my crew all gathered in this queue. And the actual manager of the disability camp came up to us and was like, "You do know that this is for people that need it, right?"
Oh, wow.
And I won't tell you the dressing down that I gave them, but I certainly gave them one.
Wow. It's like my experience in Heathrow that went viral, and then I ended up getting an apology from British Airways because Sylvia and I were going to the disability queue, you know, for when you, well, I am very not with it. When you got to put your bags in, what do you go checking in? The disabled checking in queue. And as we were walking through, this man goes, "Oi, what are you doing?" I was like, "What?" So I just ignored him and just carried on going. And he ran over to us like, "Where are you going? Where are you going? Why are you going over there?" Like, "Because I'm disabled." He's like, "Oh, do you need a wheelchair?" It's like, "No, I said I'm disabled. I didn't say I need a wheelchair. If I needed a wheelchair, I'd say I need a wheelchair."
Good day, sir.
And he's like, "Right, so why do you need this if you don't need a wheelchair?" And I'm like, So the whole thing, it's why it really annoys me, and I think that something needs to change about this, is that disabled spaces or like parking spaces or just a disabled badge, why is it a person in a wheelchair?
Because to the holistics in the society, they go, "Oh, that's what a disabled person is," because you don't have to explain.
That's one type of disabled. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy that if you don't match the person in that picture, wombats will immediately just go, "Oh, you don't match person in picture, therefore you don't belong."
Oh, I saw an article. I literally saw an article of this online the other day where there was a guy who was getting a load of hate. And somebody had like he had a Lamborghini, right? And somebody had egged his car because he parked it in a disability space. And then he came out with his crutches because he has cerebral palsy. And he was like, yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of the scene in Me, Myself and Irene. When the kid pulls up with Jim Carrey, the kid pulls up to the like 7-Eleven shop and he parks in the disabled bay, gets out and goes in, and then the Jim Carrey character, where he's like, basically
changes over.
He's like, "Oh," and then he starts smashing the crap out of the car, and then the kid is like helping this elderly disabled man out to his car, and he's like, "What have you done to my car?" And obviously the kid was just there to pick him up. God. And it's like, well, but how did you know that kid wasn't disabled?
Yeah,
like you just don't know. So like, mind your business. If you're not a policeman or a traffic warden or a security officer, mind your business. Because if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
And of course, there's arseholes that are going to park in disabled bays that don't need them. But it's not. It's not. That's not your job. And I know that the justice sensitivity can get the better of us. Yeah. Believe me, when I was in my 20s, I was a Nigel a lot, especially with parent and baby bays. because they're parking them, and then just some guy would get out, and I'd be like,
"Where is your
what
child?"
Are you doing?
Sir?
He's like, and he's like, "Well, I don't want anyone to scratch my car." Right, but they're not the assholes. Don't want someone to scratch their brand new Audi bays. They're parent and child bays, and they're deliberately wider so you can get your child out of the car seat.
Oh yeah.
And that's why they exist. So, like, also like people who use them who have kids who are like 15 and they're like, I'm a parent and this is my child.
That's like people who apply to Disneyland with an infant ticket and you're like, this is my 2-year-old. And he's like, he has a beard, sir. He's very mature for his age. Yeah. Oh man. But no, I'm glad that things like this are appearing, and I wish I'd been able to have gone to see it. And, you know, hopefully more things appear like this up my way, because it's great that it raises awareness, and obviously it gives, you know, a face to an idea and a name and a culture. So I hope to see more of it. And you're absolutely right. I'm sure you listening here have experienced something like this where it feels condescending. Somebody puts their hand on top of your head and pats you and goes, "Oh, bless you." So you're not alone with that. I experience it even to this day, and I can still advocate well and communicate well, and I still experience it. So at least some relatively good news in the hot topic world today, the fun neurospicy world. Back to the regular programming of NAF news perhaps next week. Who knows? Yeah,
it was the only way I was going to get through this, is that it had to be positive, because I had no spoons. I have no spoons. So I will finish by saying, if anybody knows anybody who was in this exhibit, I'd love to hear from them and possibly get them on the podcast at some point, because these people sound amazing, courageous, and totally autistic.
Yeah, and they sound awesome.
Is the biggest compliment I can pay someone.
Especially Counselor and Nick. I want to be friends. So get in touch, Nick, please, because I love your beard. And I need to know where you got your jumper from, because your jumper game is
We're going to find you. We're going to find you.
That's a great way to do it. It's like, make autistics, put names to your faces, and then we'll find you. What a great way to end the show.
Fine, I want to stroke your beard.
Okay, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll wrap it up there. Be kind to yourselves out there. Be safe. Be fun. Have a lot of love for yourself. Take care.
Nightly bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Neurodivergent Experience. We hope today's episode sparked something for you, whether it's a new idea, a bit of validation, or just a moment of connection. Remember, new episodes are every week, so be sure to join us for the next one for more conversations and insights into the neurodivergent experience. If you've enjoyed this podcast, help us grow. You can do that by rating and reviewing this show. Your support makes a huge difference in helping us reach more people who could benefit from these conversations. You can connect with us on social media. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Just search for the Neurodivergent Experience. Thank you again for listening, and until next time, take care of yourself. You're not alone in this journey.
Ya vienen los touchdowns. ¿Estás listo? Esta temporada de la NFL convierte las jugadas grandes en premios con DraftKings Sportsbook, un socio oficial de apuestas deportivas de la NFL. Descarga la app de DraftKings Sportsbook y usa el código HEART. Ese es el código HEART para recibir $200 en bonus bets al instante cuando hagas tu primera apuesta de $5. En colaboración con DraftKings, la corona es tuya. ¿Problemas con el juego? Llama al 1-800-GAMBLER. En Nueva York, llama al 877-8-HOPE-NY o envía un mensaje de texto con la palabra HOPE-NY al 467-369. En Connecticut, hay ayuda disponible para problemas con el juego. Llama al 888-789-7777 o visita ccpg.org. Juega responsablemente. En nombre de Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. Debe ser mayor de 21 años. Pueden aplicarse cargos en Illinois. La elegibilidad varía según la jurisdicción. No válido en Ontario. Las apuestas de bonos son de un solo uso. La apuesta no se incluye en las ganancias y caducan después de ser otorgadas. La oferta finaliza el 29 de septiembre 2025 a las 11:59 p.m. hora del este. Los términos en DraftKings.com/sportsbook/promos.